All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Kenny Fogle here with you tonight. Glad you could join us. We're going to talk about the Heart Chase. It's something that's been around for about 4 years now. And matter of fact, Channel 6 TV was the winner of the Heart Chase last year. There's the nice little trophy they won. So I know we want to congratulate Channel 6 TV and maybe even win again this year. But we got to have it. It's got to come up here in a few weeks. And I've got Tara Filiatru and Amy Vitito here with me. And well, Tara, I'll let you start off and tell us, what is the Heart Chase?
Okay, the best way that we like to explain the Heart Chase is an American, have you ever seen the American Race, or the Amazing Race, I'm sorry. Okay, well it's that meets Minute to Win It, if that makes any sense at all. What it is teams of 2 to 5 people get together, they fundraise before the event, and on the day of the event, we meet at Spalding Hall Lawn. 8:30 is registration, 9:30 will start the game. And what those teams do is they're going to race around Bardstown and they're going to find checkpoints that are set out among, we have about 12 or 14 checkpoints. And at those checkpoints, there will be games like Minute to Win It games, silly, fun. We have a dunk tank, water slides, that kind of stuff. So they'll race around Bardstown and they get points for each checkpoint that they complete, and there'll be a couple hidden checkpoints along the way, so it's a lot of fun. We're going to have some stuff for the kids, face painting, the fire engine will be out there, and I think we might even have the Lightning McQueen car, right?
We may.
Yeah, we might have the Lightning McQueen car be out there for the kids, so it'll be a lot of fun for the whole family.
It's a lot of clues or something? What do you do when you get to the
Okay,
place?
so what happens is in the very first checkpoint, everybody starts together at Spalding Hall Lawn. And you'll have to dig out your card that has your instructions on it, and it may be in mud, it may be in shaving cream, it may be, we can't give away the details yet, but you're going to have to dig through something and find a card, and on that card it's going to give you a clue to where your first checkpoint is going to be located. And you'll have an app on your cell phone, and that will pull up a map of Bardstown, and it'll show you.
I was going to say, if you don't know Bardstown very well, you're going to be up the creek.
There's an app to download, and that'll pull up your map, and then that will show you where all those checkpoints are located. And you have to, we do direct you where to go first, but after that, it's up to you guys. You can go wherever you want to and complete it.
Is there still some people out there somewhere running around that we haven't found yet?
There may be. There very well may be.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Can anybody do this?
Absolutely.
Is there a limit to how many people you can have? Or
2 to 5 people per team.
But it'd be many teams as you can
many
come up
teams
with.
as you want. And it's free for the teams to play. You don't have to pay anyone. We do encourage everyone to fundraise ahead of time.
Now, what's the fundraising for? Is it the American Heart Association?
It is for the yes, 100% of the proceeds go to the American Heart Association.
Okay, and when you say fundraise, how are they fundraising? Any way they want to?
Any way you want to. We do have some fundraising tools online. If you go to our website, heartchase.org, and you can select Bardstown's chapter, and what that does, it allows you to create your own web page. And from there, you can send it out to your family, your friends via email, Facebook, Twitter, all of those different avenues. And you can encourage your friends or family to donate to your page or to start their own page and collect money. But again, it is free to just come and play if you just want to come and play. But we do encourage the fundraising. And we will have a prize for the team that fundraises the most money before.
Okay, we'll come back to that in just a few minutes. But Amy, I know the American Heart Association is something special to you. Have you got a special reason? Tell us a little bit about that.
February of this year, we found out that my son has long QT syndrome, and it's really new to us. But we reached it. Okay, I can't. I get really. Okay.
My son also has
Maybe you should ask her first,
Okay,
and then I will chime in.
How Amy and I got connected together is my son and daughter both suffer from long QT syndrome. So when she found out Brody had the same thing, just kind of word of mouth got back to her that our family had been there, done that. We knew what, we knew how to deal with things and what for her to expect from here. So she kind of reached out to us, and we were there to be able to, walk her through things and help her, kind of deal with it. And one thing led to another, and now she's joined the committee for the Heart Association, and she's out here helping us raise money for, because of our children's situation. The Heart Association is so important to us because they raise money for research, for technology, all of those type of things that could one day, has already made an impact on our children.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. The American Heart Association, it does a lot of things. Research is one of them. So a lot of diseases or a lot of illnesses that 10 years ago we thought was just absolutely the end of the world, they're coming up with cures, or they're coming up
Absolutely.
with something to help all the time.
Absolutely.
So I don't know how much it's made a difference. I guarantee you one thing, you probably learned a whole lot more in the last 6 months you've ever learned in your
We
life.
sure have a lot of research, and it's still so new. But just I think putting a face for the community to look at, and the Heart Chase, they can see the faces of the children that this is affecting and who they're helping, and I just think this is a great community.
And one of the things, I'm sure when you talked to the doctor the first time, you probably felt like you were all alone out there, didn't you?
I sure did, and he told us that the chances of finding anyone that had the same thing our son had was very, very rare. And of course, he couldn't tell us that he knew of a family.
We had the same cardiologist, actually, but yeah.
And so we could not tell them how much we appreciate them reaching out to us. And but we do know that it's hard for Brody, but we're still very fortunate. There are children that deal with much worse. So
Absolutely.
Well, the key is something is being done, and that's the key. And and right now you're doing something. I mean, I know you feel a little helpless sometimes because you're not a doctor, or there's some things you feel like you can't do, but you are doing something. Right now you're out raising money for a cause that you think might help you and help others eventually along the line that comes up with the same diagnosis a year or two from now.
And awareness too. That's another one of our big things which is why we chose to make the children the face of the Heart Chase this year. Because when you think of heart disease or you think of stroke, you think of, the older generation or unhealthy people, overweight people, those type of things. That's typically what comes to mind. But this year we have 7 children, all under the age of 8, who have been affected by heart disease or strokes, and they are our heart heroes this year. That's what we're calling them, and they are going to lead everybody through next weekend's event. So our goal was to make sure that people realize that it doesn't just affect what the older people. And I know in the last several years, the Heart Association has really strived to make it aware that women are really affected by heart disease too, and we want to put that out there too. But our focus this year is the children.
Right.
The children are affected just as much.
Now, this being the 4th year, I'm sure it looks a little different this year than it did the first one a few years
We try
ago.
to
It probably
change it.
grows a little bit every year and changes.
Yes, we try to change it every year so that you're not. There are a few staples that we like to keep.
You can't learn the route.
Right, the dunk tank has kind of been one of our favorites, so we've kind of kept that around. And the slip and slide or water slide, that's kind of been everybody's kind of favorite. So we've kept those around, and we've gotten rid of some things. We brought some things back, that weren't there last year. So it'll be totally different this year. And in the last 4 years, we've raised close to, if not over now, $50,000 for the event. So
That is fantastic. So anything else that we need to know, the public needs to know? I mean, how do they sign up? I mean, who do they contact?
You can go to heartchase.org. There will be a place where it says find your area. I'm not exactly sure how it's worded, but it'll say, find your area, and you'll put in your zip code, and it'll pull up Bardstown, and you click on there. That'll give you the chance. Again, it's that page where you can set up your own fundraising page. You can invite your friends, family to do that. Or you can give me a call, 502-507-3459. You can do it that way. Or I work at the Nelson County Library at the main branch. You can always just stop in there and see me, and we can get you set up. And we do take registration the morning of. We do encourage everyone to do it ahead of time so we can know what to expect, how many teams, and also if you register beforehand, you get to make your own team name. You get to name it whatever you want to. But if you do it that morning, you're going to be team 2, team 7, whatever. You don't be able to name your own thing because the app won't allow us to change it at that point. And we also want to mention we have a costume contest. A lot of the teams dress up in funny costumes. A lot of times, they can be related to heart issues, or they can be just totally. Like last year, we had some women dress up as snowmen, and they ended up winning the costume contest. So we do have a prize for the best dressed team. So we do encourage everybody. You don't have to, but we do encourage people to dress up. And don't come in your Sunday best, because you will get dirty and you will get wet. So be prepared for that. So.
All right. Well, Tara, Amy, we do appreciate you all being here
Thank
today.
you.
We really hope the best, and just tickled to death people's out there doing what you're doing, because even us, as healthy as we think we are, there's you never know what tomorrow's going to bring.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to be unprepared. So this research and this work that you're doing today helps a lot of people you never can put a face to or put a name with.
And we definitely promote, I think everyone should know CPR. I think everyone should know how to use an AED, and it's important for this community to know that if you're a coach or even a parent, you should be certified, because even if heart disease doesn't affect you now,
Yeah.
you never know
Oh,
it will.
no.
Or even if you're out somewhere and you see something happen, it's a great thing to have.
know.
Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
exactly right. You're exactly right. That training is vital. So I'm tickled to death that that's available, and we're promoting that.
One of our checkpoints will be about how to use an AED.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's one that we've had since day one. We keep that checkpoint. That'll never go away.
You don't actually use it on anybody, do you?
No, it's a dummy. It's a dummy. And, it depends on how we feel that day. Maybe.
Okay. Well, if you do real well, you won't win the costume contest, baby, but you can get one of these. Gary and his crew with Channel 6 TV got this last year, and so I know he'll be out there trying for that again. So we hope you give him a good challenge, and maybe you can walk home with one of those as well. So the Heart Chase, that's again the 26th and
27th.
27th.
Saturday the 27th. Registration starts at 8:30. The game will start at 9:30 sharp because the app is set up to start at 9:30. We can't wait for anybody. So Spalding Hall Lawn is where it will kick off and it will end. It'll kick off and end at Spalding Hall Lawn.
Okay, North 5th Street in Bardstown is where you need to be next Saturday morning, the 27th. We'll make sure I get the date right there. Get anybody showing up on Sunday or Friday, that's always a bad thing. So, you've heard it here. So if you want to help out with the American Heart Association with the Heart Chase, or you just simply want to have something to do, a lot of fun on a Saturday morning, stop by and see them. Tara Filiatro and Amy Vidito, we appreciate you being here today, and we appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back with more Community Focus here in a few minutes here on Channel 6 TV. Take care.